Ladies and gentlemen, there is disagreement and division happening within the MAGA community right now. It almost feels like it's civil war. Now, before I continue, I'll tell you this. I've been with Trump from 2015 up until now. I've been with him when they rigged the 2020 election. I was with him when they raided his home. I was with him when he was indicted. I was with him when he got shot in the face, and I am still with him until we see all the evidence. All of it is fake news. I never trusted the media. I never trusted the Democrats and the rhinos, and I don't trust them now. Listen to this.
So Trump made a deal with the devil, and now the devil's trying to shove a pitchfork up his butt, along with us and the rest of the country. So not good. And then they had Bongino and Patel go out there like deer in the headlights, like hostages, and say, oh, Epstein killed himself, and oh, Crooks acted alone, and there's no accomplices and nobody else with Epstein. And the Easter Bunny is real. And I was like, oh my gosh, what was that, 8 months ago? I said, this is a disaster. We went and had interventions. We said, we understand this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to unfold. You're being set up, Mr. President.
Trump shared this on November 14, 2025, right? Just yesterday. Now the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all their other failures. I will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement in the relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other people and institutions, to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam, with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. Here's what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of people study like I do, watch news like I do, podcasts like I do, independent journalists like I do. They don't go through the paperwork like I do. And many people are falling for the Democrats' Jeffrey Epstein hoax. They are falling, saying Trump's on the files, Trump's in there. And I want to just plead with President Trump, just release everything, no matter who it hurts, because we know you did nothing wrong, Mr. President, because if you did, the Democrats would have used this against you, but they haven't, meaning you're not on there. But maybe someone in your staff is there. Maybe, I don't know. But you need to release it. This is how we beat them.
No matter how painful this is for all these big Democrats, you got to let them have it, because A, it's immoral to make a deal with them, and B, they're going to turn around and stab you in the back. Well, I guess the president and Bongino and Patel aren't as sophisticated as I am. They're going to try to create a MAGA civil war. That created the cracks 10 months ago, and it's now Civil War MAGA. Trump asked for it with his behavior since he got back in office, and the decision was made by him. Remember, I said this when the cover-up began 8-9 months ago. I said, Trump has given the order for this cover-up. And people got so pissed at me, and we had stations even calling, man. And I said, it's clear, the wording, all of it. And then it came out 2 days later, it was indeed Trump. And then he starts putting out Truth Social saying, yep, I'm the one. This is bull. I told him focus on the border and crime and arresting Chinese spies. This is a distraction. I got a lot of apologies over that. I appreciate it. We got a couple radio stations saying, hey, man, we're pro-Trump, and you know, we're going to cut your ass off.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I watched the entire thing, and Alex Jones goes on to say, Trump's not in those files. He didn't do anything wrong. But obviously, someone in there is, and he doesn't want to hurt them. Whether they did something bad or not, that's not the point. If you're in those files, whether you just ran into Jeffrey Epstein at the bank or at the grocery store and said hello, and they have that written down, they will use that to destroy you. And, you know, and Trump is, it feels like he might be just like wants to protect someone, but it's getting to the point where I believe, and again, I'm on X all the time, so I'm seeing what's happening, and I still stand with Trump. I will stand with Trump to the very end. But Mr. President, you need to choose between a handful of people and their reputations or the entire MAGA movement. And this is coming from a very heartfelt message. This is breaking my heart to say this, but there are cracks. There are, right now, what's trending on X? MAGA arguing over Trump and Epstein. Some of the biggest creators that are being followed by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and their followers are watching. So I want to do what I believe Charlie Kirk would have done. Instead of arguing with each other, let's plead with the president to just release everything. No more investigate. Well, keep investigating, but I'm talking about, oh, we'll release when the investigation's done. No, no, no. Just drop everything on the people. Save the MAGA party. Save this movement. And you know who's getting more steam than ever because of this? Nick Fuentes. He's blowing up people who are leaving Trump and going to his far right, almost Nazi mentality and message. Pray for a president so that the spirit of wisdom, counsel, might, understanding is upon him. I cannot kind of humble myself to even think that God would have spared Donald Trump's life in Butler, Pennsylvania, just for this to happen. Satan is getting in the way with his Democrat and Rhino, minions. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Stay prayed up, stay believing. We will save this country. I'll see you soon.